Have you ever stayed in a motel and felt like something was watching you? Not footsteps in the hallway, not voices through thin walls, but the feeling that the room itself was aware of you? That once the door clicked shut and the lock slid into place, something inside the room already knew you weren't leaving. Because somewhere along a forgotten stretch of highway, beneath a flickering neon sign that barely works anymore, there is a motel room people check into but never check out of. And the most disturbing part? No one can agree on why. Welcome back to Dark Narratives. Tonight's story isn't about a masked killer or a creature hiding in the shadows. It's about a place, an ordinary-looking motel room with stained carpet, buzzing lights, and a bed that feels a little too inviting when you're exhausted. A room with a reputation whispered among truck drivers, police officers, and former motel employees who never stay long. People enter this room alive, tired, human, and somehow they stop being all three. The motel itself sits just off an abandoned highway exit, one of those exits that doesn't show up on updated maps. No nearby gas stations, no restaurants, just trees, darkness, and silence. Locals call it the Hollow Creek Motel. Most people don't plan to stay there. They end up there. Drivers report the same strange problem. Their GPS freezes. Cell service disappears. Time feels wrong. 10 minutes of driving turns into an hour. An hour turns into panic. And then they see it. A neon sign buzzing in the dark. Vacancy. The building looks outdated but intact, like it's been waiting. Inside, the lobby smells of dust and old carpet cleaner. The air feels heavy, as if it hasn't been disturbed in years. Behind the counter stands the clerk. No one remembers his name. No one remembers him blinking. He always smiles. And when you ask for a room, he never asks how long you're staying. He hands you a key, room 12. Not because it's the only one available, but because it's the one he was always going to give you. At first, nothing feels wrong. Room 12 looks normal. Queen-sized bed, bathroom mirror, television bolted to the dresser. The kind of room you forget the moment you leave it. But people don't leave. Missing persons reports started quietly. A traveling nurse heading home after a double shift. A father and his teenage daughter on a road trip. A man who told friends he needed to disappear for a while. Every case had the same last confirmed location, Hollow Creek Motel, room 12. Police investigated more than once. They found no signs of violence, no blood, no forced entry. The windows were always locked from the inside. The bed was always neatly made. Suitcases were gone, wallets gone, phones gone. But the mirror was always cracked, every single time. One officer wrote in his report that standing alone in room 12 made him uncomfortable in a way he couldn't explain. Like raising his voice might wake something up. The case files went cold. Then came the people who almost disappeared. A few guests checked out early, pale, shaking, refusing refunds. Some wouldn't explain what happened. Others tried and failed. Their stories didn't match in detail, but they matched in feeling. They all woke up at exactly 2:17 in the morning. The lights flickered once. The television turned on by itself. Nothing but static. Then came the knocking. Not at the door, from inside the walls. One woman said she heard someone whisper her name from the bathroom. When she looked in the mirror, her reflection smiled before she did. A man swore he saw someone standing behind him in the reflection, someone who didn't move when he turned around. But the worst part wasn't fear, it was comfort. They all described the same overwhelming urge to lie back down, to sleep, to stop fighting whatever was happening, like the room was tired and it wanted company. One guest said it felt like the room was slowly learning who he was, his regrets, his exhaustion, his guilt, and it was adjusting. When investigators finally looked deeper, they uncovered something something the motel never advertised. The land beneath it used to be a boarding house in the 1940s. That house burned down in a fire that killed 12 people. None of the bodies were ever identified. Witnesses said the fire didn't spread naturally. It stayed contained, burning longer than it should have, almost as if something wanted the house to burn slowly. When the motel was built years later, Room 12 was constructed directly over the old cellar. Employees never lasted long. Those who did complained of exhaustion, mood swings, and memory gaps. One former maid claimed Room 12 didn't need to be cleaned as often. She said it takes care of itself. Security footage rarely worked near the room, but when it did, investigators noticed something unsettling. Guests who vanished were recorded checking out, signing the ledger, returning the key, but the handwriting didn't match, and the figures on camera didn't move quite right. One investigator described it best. It looked like someone pretending to be a person who'd forgotten how. Room 12 doesn't kill people, it replaces them. And maybe the most terrifying part isn't that this room exists, it's that places like it might be everywhere, waiting for tired travelers, for people running from something, for anyone desperate enough to rest. So the next time you're driving late at night, when your GPS fails, when the road feels endless and a flickering vacancy sign feels like hope, ask yourself something. Are you checking into a room, or is the room checking in to you? If you want more stories that stay with you long after the lights go out, like this video, subscribe to Dark Narratives, and share your thoughts in the comments. And when you're ready, watch the next story, because some doors should never be opened twice.